We're here with Tom from KNS Precision Engineering, and you've got a very interesting product for the AK specifically, which is an adjustable gas system.
Yeah, it's the KNS Precision Adjustable Gas System here.
It goes click.
It goes click, exactly.
Cool.
It's a fun little fidget toy. No, it is a drop-in replacement for the standard AK gas piston. And all you have to do is knock out the front rivet, or drill it out, replace that fixed piston stem with our piston assembly here. That comes with a rotating collar that acts as a gas bleed-off adjustment regulator. Your gas in the gas cup in the rifle comes into the front hole here, comes out through these little vents in the side. And we have a total of 5 millimeters, 50 clicks of adjustment before you run out of travel, which, as you can see, opens up a huge amount of gas bleed off.
So kind of like the G43s, AKs are dramatically overgassed.
Yes.
Typically speaking.
But they're built so it doesn't necessarily hurt the gun. However, if you reduce the amount of gas actually pushing on the piston, you can make it a substantially more pleasant shooting gun.
Yes, and with this one you can dial it down to where you just barely have the carrier kissing the rear of the receiver, and it's almost like a constant recoil system.
Yeah, we tried this out at the range day with a full auto AKM, and it made it much softer to shoot, and it reduced the rate of fire. It was really a very slick system.
Yeah, so obviously with suppression, you're adding back pressure and gas into the system. This is proper and important for that, and we're seeing a renaissance of suppression for AKs and a lot of renaissance of products for the AK platform, which this is in line with that. But you don't need to use a suppressor to get advantage or benefit out of this adjustable gas system on many AKs.
No, any AK that's throwing the brass more than about 10 feet away is, we consider that to be overgassed. And at that point, you can afford to dial it down and not affect reliability. All that'll happen is you'll have a softer shooting, more pleasant gun overall. You'll reduce the gas to your face a whole bunch.
On most AKs, the actual brass ejection is a projectile as much as the bullet going out the front. Yeah.
You've got a couple versions of this. We've got the one with the small aperture here for 74s or for short-barreled rifles.
Yeah, 74s, short-barrel rifles, guns with a very small dwell time or small volume of gas to work with. We've been experimenting with this for subsonic ammo on certain guns.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Where you basically design the gun to run in the closed mode with your very underpowered subsonic ammo, and you open it all the way up to run supersonic and still end up with a reasonable recoil impulse. It's not punishing the gun or the shooter. And
you were saying the 74s tend to be not as overgassed as the AKM.
Not nearly as bad, at least in our experience. We can't speak for all of them. That's one thing we've determined is there is a whole lot of diversity with the AKs out there.
Yes.
But our mission right now is to develop a piston for every AK variant we can right now.
Well, and the other really cool one you have already is for the PSL.
For the PSL, yeah, you got a piston comes out to about there.
Yeah, and that's one that is really well suited to having a little bit of adjustability for heavy ball and light ball.
Yeah, guns that are notorious for damaging brass, for punishing the shooter, really bad gas to the face. They're very not pleasant to shoot, suppressed especially. And with this, you can bleed enough of the gas off to slow down the cycle speed to where it's a much, much more pleasant experience.
Nice.
So what is the MSRP for these units?
The MSRP is $149 to $169, I believe. The longer PSL is a little bit more expensive just in material costs.
And it's real easy to install. Like you said, you punch out the pin and you put in the piston and you're good to go.
Yeah, you punch out the pin. It's not a pin, it's a rivet, I guess.
Fair enough.
On the standard
Usually
carriers.
a rivet, yeah.
Yes, it is.
And you may have to drill it out if it's real difficult. But at that point, you just screw in the new piston assembly from us, drive in a supplied spring pin, and you're ready to go once you get your adjustment dialed in.
Having done a bunch of AK builds, one thing I would point out is that these rattle. They're wobbly, and they are supposed to be, and they have to be. If I remember when I was doing AK builds, there were some people who were like, oh, that's rattly. We'll tighten it all the way in and pin it down so it doesn't move, and then your AK doesn't work. So that is intentional. That's part of the original Kalashnikov design.
Yeah. We designed it, you can't see in here because they're installed and we can't drive the pin out without a hammer.
Right.
But we designed these to fit every carrier nose, basically. There's a second cross-drilled hole in there in case the threads are clocked differently in your gun.
Nice. That's
so you don't have to drill a hole through our piston. You don't have to drill it to match or anything.
Nice.
You just have to make sure you get the right piston length, overall length from us. So.
And when are these going to be available?
They're available for pre-order currently at pre-order at KNSPrecisionInc.com. It's find on our homepage there. And basically, folks can send an email to that address and inquire as to which length they need. We're trying to work with people there to identify all the different configurations you might need, because some guns have this rivet hole at a different distance.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Like the 74s have a different length of threaded stem. We found that some manufacturers just plain did things differently, like Bulgarian guns.
For as amazing as how interchangeable the actual parts for most AKs are across the planet, there are still variables and differences amongst the board.
Yeah.
All the threads are the same, from what we've been able to tell. So
Thank goodness,
part's
that's
nice.
something.
So
all the piston head diameters are exactly the same.
When we were able to fire this the other day at Media Day, I was very excited to see this, because well, sometimes we get this idea that we're not pro-AK on the InRange channel. We are absolutely pro-AK. The AK is a fantastic weapons platform. It's a reason it's the #1 weapon in the world. And the fact that we're seeing this renaissance of design and engineering and things that are actually evolving the AK into a truly better platform is cool. One of the things the AR has benefited from is all the American development and R&D. And now that we see this on the AK can become an incredibly even better platform than it ever has been with things like this.
And it's going back to what I said about experimenting with subsonic ammunition. We have an employee that's been trying to develop, I believe it was what was it, the new Wolverine cartridge.
Okay, yeah.
And basically having that run on both subsonics and supersonics, similar to the Blackout.
And there is rumor that Wolf's going to bring in 760x39 subs as well at some point. At least that's on the radar.
And there's also 9x39.
And 9x39.
Which has I mean, for those, you can have a very, very weak cartridge.
Russian Blackout? Russian 300 Blackout?
Yeah.
No, something, never mind.
9mm Blackout?
Exactly.
But,
well, anyways, this is awesome. It's a phenomenal product. It really worked well when we shot it. It was incredible, and we wanted to make sure we got with you today to actually talk about the actual guts of it.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
Thank you
very
for
much.
your time today, Tom.
Likewise. Thanks for stopping by.
Appreciate it.
Now, a couple of changes for midway work.